Hey guys, I'm at the movie theater tonight, and I'm going to go see. I've pre-ordered. Not only have I pre-ordered my ticket, because I've done that in the past, but I've pre-ordered my popcorn and my drink too. I was on the website, and I'm like, yeah, let's try something new. My stuff's waiting for me in there. I gotta get going, but before I do that, let me go and tell you what movie I'm going to go see. It's going to be the Kingdom of the Apes. It's a new Planet of the Apes movie. Of course, I'll put the poster right over here. I'm not really sure the name of it, to be honest with you. It is an Apes movie. I know that for a fact. And I also know that I don't have that much confidence in this movie. Those last three movies were just... the first one was brilliant. I loved that first one. It really just... It had a lot of hooks to it, so it just grabbed me, and it really sucked me in. It made me care about Caesar and those apes. That was a fantastic movie. In fact, I just recently watched it about in the last 6 months, and I was blown away by it again. And I even knew what was going to happen in that movie, and it was just so good. And then that's because of that strength of that first movie. The other two movies, were actually really good. They weren't as good as that first movie, but they were very solid movies. This movie, it looks like it's fallen a little bit. Here's the thing. When I first saw the Rise of the Planet of the Apes, and I was floored away by it, it's because it took it in a slightly more different direction. Instead of the campiness of the 1960s film, it went for a more realistic approach to that subject, explaining away the disease that killed off most of the humans and made them dumb, and also the same disease that made the apes smart, right? And that was a fantastic way to set up that world. I loved it. Not only that, but none of the apes talked. None of them talked except for Caesar. And he only spoke in a few syllable words here and there, and it just drove home the point. In this movie, it looks like all the apes are talking, and it just kind of takes away from that, and it just makes it puts it back into that campy camp again, right? And I'm not sure how to feel about this. I really hope that they've handled this with respect to these other three movies, and I hope that they've turned out a good product. But I'm kind of leery about this. So in just a few seconds, I'm going to let you know whether I'm right or not. I'll let you know what I think about the new Planet of the Apes movie in just a few seconds. I'll be right back. All right, see you, bye. Guys, I just got done watching movies. Here's the thing. When the first movie came out, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, it was awesome. I loved that. DeFranco was in that, and he played a great part in it. Andy Serkis played, of course, Caesar. And we were instantly involved in all those characters. And I loved Caesar as well as the James Franco character, right? I loved every single minute of that movie. And then the second movie, it was as good, but it didn't have the surprise. It didn't have, I remember going to see that Rise, and I'm like, oh my God, the quality of this movie was so fantastic that I instantly loved it. So, I actually liked this as much as Rise. The other two movies kind of fell off. They weren't bad movies, but they didn't catch me as much as this one. This did. This really did. Let me go ahead and just go over the plot really quick. First off, we open up it did a really smart thing. In the very beginning of this film, it kind of closed the chapter on those last three movies by killing off Caesar, and then they move on, and then there's a crawl on the screen that says several generations later or several years later, something like that. So we know that we're taking a large jump into the future. And I did mention on my way in that I thought I was going to have a hard time with those apes talking. I watched it, and after 5 minutes, I was completely not over it. I didn't care. And not only that, but we get to meet our main character, what was his name, Noah, and his friends. And, they were we learned that this clan of apes is their shtick is that they raise falcons. In the beginning of the film, they're actually collecting eggs so that they can take them back and nest them and nurture them and bring them up as chicks so that they're loyal to them. So that's their shtick. And then we find out that there are neighboring clans out there of apes. And one of the neighboring clans attacks this clan. That's what's going on. Is basically we have this one clan that gets absorbed by this other clan forcefully. And then it's up to Noah to set things right. Now, here's the thing. I would like to say, this is what I would like to say about this movie, is I thought it was excellently paced. I was never bored. I never felt a drag in the movie. But I also felt like I was never hurried in the movie, too. There was like a lot of slow, small moments. There was like this one moment where they come across this observatory, and he's like looking through one of these gigantic telescopes. And it was a really cool scene. There was another scene where they come across this military installation. And it slows down to give us drama, and then it picks up again for the action sequences. And it was perfect. I never felt like I was being manhandled by the movie as far as the timeline goes. I thought that it was paced perfectly. And because of that, the characters... the only other thing I would have to say are the characters. Do you guys remember what I said about Josh Brolin playing Thanos? And I was amazed in how much emotion he could emote through the CGI that they layered on top of him. It was amazing to see that man act and being able to project himself through that CGI to make us care about that character, right? And that's exactly what I want to say about these apes. They were totally CGI. Perfect, right? But at the same time, I never felt a disconnect from those characters. I instantly liked Noah, and I instantly liked his relationship with his friends and his mother and his father. I felt I got a need to protect that, and of course it crumbled. But I felt that loss when that happened. That's what the strength of this movie is that we actually care about these apes, and it was beautiful. It was awesome. I loved this movie. I'm going to give it 100%. Hands down. Pure and simple. It's 100%. It is totally worth your watch, guys. If you guys want to see a good movie, this is a great still early in the season summer movie that'll just, it's totally a theater watch. It's totally worth going out to the theaters and seeing this movie. I enjoyed every single moment of this movie. I loved it. And not only that, but it totally does. Like at the end, after its conclusion, the story continued on, and it totally set up for that second movie in this new franchise, this new sequel, this new trilogy that we're setting up. It set it up, and I'm excited because it set it up to see that next movie. I hope and pray. Listen to me. I want you to go see this movie so that we have a second movie to go see. Because if we get the same quality as this movie right here, we're in for another great trilogy. So please, guys, patronize this movie. Let's go ahead and reward the good movies so we get a repeat performance from this. All right? 100% is, yes, the best I'm going to give this movie. I loved it. You should too. You should go see it. But either than that, guys, I'm out. I'm done talking to you guys. I do, as always, want to wish everybody peace. Montanay. I will talk to you guys later, and goodbye. See ya.